Tēnā tātou katoa, good evening. It's official, New Zealand, we're in a recession, but only just. It's actually more like recession with a little r. The latest Stats NZ data showed the economy contracted 0.1% in the first 3 months of this year, just qualifying for the technical definition, which is 2 negative quarters. Devastating weather events across the North Island contributed, as did kids missing school days. The big question now is how long until we're out the other side? Here's political editor Jenna Lynch.
Rochelle's owned Florence Boutique for 14 years and right now it's hard.
The last few months have definitely been tougher. People are not spending as much money, they're scared to spend money and they're worried about their jobs as well.
Today, confirmation we're in a recession. No surprise to Rochelle.
Well, I knew it was happening. We've been able to tell the last few months, definitely.
On the streets of Wellington, people are feeling it too, worried about the price of food.
We are paying $14 for tomatoes.
Their incomes.
It is a tight market, like they held back doing pay rises over the last 2 rounds.
The job market.
I feel for some of the younger kids these days, to be honest, with, there's plenty of talented people out there and not quite as many jobs.
All the troubles that come with tough economic times.
Haven't made as much more money as inflation is going, so I'm keeping the same budget, but I'm buying way less.
And that's the problem. A lot of people are. The economy is going backwards. Just.
I would say this is not a true recession insofar as there's a lot of volatility and weather impacts in there and labour shortages. It's not purely weakness in demand.
A recession is what the Reserve Bank really, really wants, a slowdown in demand to get rampant inflation under control.
Of course, the normal response to a recession is that monetary policy kicks into overdrive to get the economy out of it as quickly as possible, but it's not clear that that's going to be the plan when the recession itself is the plan.
There are glimmers of good news amidst the big scary R word. Unemployment is still near record low, sitting at 3.4%, and primary industry exports are on track to hit a record high of $56 billion.
The strategy that we've got as a government of growing our exports, of growing our local industry, these are the things that are going to help to get New Zealand through.
But the National Party has flicked on the big red recession alert light, predicting doom and gloom for months to come.
I feel like a dark cloud has started to hover over the country because wherever I go, people are saying to me that they're worried, they're really anxious about what lies ahead.
The Prime Minister trying to calm the farm.
The economists are also saying, though, that this is what they would describe as a technical recession and that there isn't evidence that New Zealand's experiencing a deep or prolonged economic downturn.
And that's what Rochelle wants, calm. She's worried all the talk of recession will become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I'm worried, though, that people will look at that and it'll make them less likely to spend. I know they don't have as much disposable income, but people are swayed by what they hear.
All anyone wants to hear right now is when things are going to get easier.
Well, kia ora, Jenna. So rub your crystal ball. When are things going to get better?
Yeah, this was exactly the medicine that the Reserve Bank prescribed for our cost of living crisis, and only time is going to tell if it's going to be the cure. But as economists are pointing out, this is at the moment a technical recession, basically a recession in name only. We still have really low unemployment and that contraction in the economy was about as low as you can go. Plus, they're all saying that had it not been for the cyclone, we may not have dipped there at all. But this is a mindset thing as well. No one likes to hear the word recession, least of all a government in an election year. Labor's under no illusion that things are anywhere near rosy out there, but as recessions go, this is probably as good as they could have hoped for. While over in the National Party, they're not quite popping champagne bottles, they will be celebrating that the economy tipped just enough for them to utter that R word on repeat for months. This strengthens their election campaign, but all eyes now will be on the next set of GDP figures. Those are due out on September the 21st, smack bang in the middle of the election campaign, just over a week out from when early voting begins.
Political editor Jenna Lynch. Tēnā koe.